Hello, Dancing with the Stars fans. I'm Gold Derby editor Daniel Montgomery here with our contributors Jeffrey Kare and Cordell Martin, and we are here to talk about the next to this is the next to the last video we're going to be making for the season of Dancing with the Stars. We just finished the semifinals. We've got the finals coming up in a few days as we record this. And so I think we should just start with, we went from 6 and cut it down to the final 4. And I was a little surprised. I thought this was going to be the week Cody would be out. I thought his fans would get him votes. I didn't think they'd get him up into the top 3 from the bottom of the judges' leaderboard necessarily, but they did. So we ended up with Melora Hardin going home automatically at the very bottom of the judges' scores and viewer votes combination. Then the judges had to choose between Amanda Kloots, surprisingly, her first time in the bottom, and Suni Lee, and they decided to save Amanda. Not a choice I thought they'd have to make. What did you think about that, Cordell?
Yeah, going in, I had a strong feeling that Cody probably was going to be one of the top 3 vote getters, just knowing how the last couple seasons have played out. The surprise for me was more of Amanda being in the bottom 3. I wouldn't have expect her to be in the bottom 3 out of the 4 finalists, especially considering her contemporary routine and it was being dedicated to her husband. I think maybe her going last probably didn't help her in terms of, those last minute votes, just because after her going last, it kind of closed the polls immediately after she danced. So Melora wasn't surprised. I knew it wasn't looking too good for her with her being in the bottom 3 the prior week. And I just knew she wouldn't have the votes to just get straight through based on the fan votes. Suni, who I thought has done a great job these last 2 weeks. I think she might have peaked a little too late to really gain enough traction to make into the finals. Iman, I knew early on he was going to be a fan favorite, so I'm not surprised. Cody was probably the biggest surprise for me this season in terms of his fan support. And JoJo, I thought she had a strong fan base going through the show, but we see that it was tested early on. So we'll see how that works out in the finals for her.
What did you think about those eliminations, Jeffrey?
Oh, I echo a lot of what Cordell just said. Yeah, Cody surviving. Look, I thought he and Cheryl this past week, I don't know, I thought they had a ton of energy in their first performance. Second, I thought was a nice, solid routine. But yeah, the fact they managed to avoid the bottom 3 kind of shows how big of a fan base they have. As for the people who did get eliminated, well, Melora and Artem, they've done some breathtakingly stunning work in both rounds this past week. And yeah, it was just sad to see them go, but I guess given the competition they're up against, especially in terms of fan support, yeah, not too surprising. And for Suni, Lee, and Sasha, man, everything about their routine in the first round to me looked incredible, from the footwork to the teamwork. And it was probably and second, well, I guess it was good they ended on a high note, because I thought the second rounds, well, I thought they probably gave their best performance yet. And again, not too surprising to see them go, but it's still pretty sad. But and and again, I echo with what Cordell said regarding Amanda Kloots, that her going last probably didn't help with the routine that she did. But at least she is going to be back for the finals.
Yeah, I wonder if it might be like, if you're going to land in the bottom, that's exactly when you want it to happen, because then the next week is when your fan base will, if you have one, will be activated. So if people didn't have time to vote for her after this routine, they have time to think about it and then vote next week. But now that we're going into the finale, where of all people, Iman Shumpert and Cody Rigsby are the only contestants who have not been in the bottom at all this season. And we've seen in the past 2 seasons with the 2 Bachelorette winners that the winners have not been in the bottom. I'm trying to figure out how one of them doesn't win at this point. I mean, JoJo's fan base was tested and she has held up since then. Amanda's fan base was just tested, but we don't know what the bounce back effect from that might be next week in the finals when it counts. But for me, I feel like, even if the women on the judges leaderboard finish 1 and 2, and I can actually see the judges giving them both straight 10s and tying them at the top of the leaderboard, and then like Iman and then Cody. I think whichever man is in third place is winning the Mirror Ball Trophy, just on the viewer votes.
Yeah.
And I think that would likely be Iman. So I'm currently predicting him to win. Though I haven't opened up the dances for the coming week yet, which one of them we know is going to be a freestyle. What do you think about that, Cordell? Who do you think, before we get into the next week's dances, is going to win?
Oh, this is gonna be a tough one. If this was, the early years of Dance with the Stars, I would say probably Amanda. She definitely fits the mold of the traditional Dancing with the Stars winner. However, I think she'll probably end up in 4th. It reminds me of last season with Justina. Justina was a clear fan favorite, but then at semifinals week, she landed in the bottom 3 and then ended up in 4th. So unfortunately, I think Amanda will be in 4th. I could see Cody either placing in 3rd or 4th. I don't think he will be 1st or 2nd. I say that now, and then next week he'll be a different result. I think it's going to come down to Iman and JoJo, with Iman being the winner. Mainly because JoJo, I think her age is going to hurt her. Just because with more of the younger contestants, unless you're like an athlete like a Sean Johnson or Lori Hernandez, it's really hard for those young stars to win. And then also, I know with her dance experience, you have those fans who really don't care for, those stars with the professional dance background. And I think Iman kind of fits that mode of someone who had no dance experience and was able to step it up, really enjoy themselves, and embrace the process. So I think Iman will be the winner.
What do you think, Jeffrey?
Well, I mean, I do currently have JoJo winning, but that could easily change because, I could see Amon benefiting from the fact that, he's not as known of a professional dancer as JoJo nor Amanda, as well as, no, it's definitely, it should be interesting to see if Amanda being in the bottom 3 actually does ignite her fan base to really put in her votes one last time for the finale, but that's something only time will tell. And yeah, I think it's definitely plausible Iman could win this. He'd certainly be more someone of the 2 men who haven't been to bottom at all. Well, yeah, I could see Iman more realistically winning than Cody. But I'll say that.
Yeah, but part of me, like, I'm preparing for the Bobby Bones of it, just
God.
because Iman we know has a fan base, but I feel like Cody's fan base has gotten him out of a lot of tougher situations. Because in the last few weeks, Cody has been lower on the leaderboard than Iman. Iman has sort of gotten bumped up in scores. So like it could be like an Amanda situation where like maybe we're overestimating Iman's fan base and we'll see Cody win the Mirror Ball Trophy or finish 2nd. Like it could be like men go 1-2 and women 3-4. I would love to see JoJo finish at least top 2, just because of the history she's made and how good she's been. But Cordell, I think you might be right about the whole young star problem that she has. Because even though young celebrities have won, the gymnasts, older fans watch the Olympics and will vote for those young people. But JoJo's fan base does not include she's more the Zendaya, that Disney kind of star who doesn't have that fan base just yet. So yeah, I'm not sure where that's gonna go, but I guess we should look at the dances and find out what's actually going to happen next week. I have them open right here, and we will go one by one. There will be the finale will feature special performances by Melanie C. She will sing "To Become One" by the Spice Girls. Screw the other five, apparently. Jimmy Allen will perform. For the first round, finalist couples will combine two styles of dance into one routine for a fusion dance. This used to be like the 24-hour fusion challenge, but it seems like they have the whole, time to prepare the whole week. And the second and final round, so only two rounds of dances will be the freestyle. So let's look at these. JoJo Siwa. She will be performing. She's going Latin. She's got a tango cha-cha fusion to "I Love It" by Icona Pop featuring Charlie XCX. And then, this could be good for her. A freestyle to "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga. I think that's a really great choice given the history she's made with, being the first to dance with a same-sex partner in the history of the show. What do you think, Cordell?
Yeah, I think her fusion dance is going to be right up her alley. I thought her tango that she did was amazing. So I think she's going to be able to bring it with that. And, she has the personality to really sell what was the cha-cha I think she has with it.
Yeah.
So I think she'll be really good with that. And then I think she's going to kill her freestyle. My only concern is just with Dancing with the Stars. There's a lot of conservative viewers, so I just don't know how that's going to shake out. But hey, I love that she's living her truth, and screw those that are hating her for it. So kudos to you, JoJo.
What do you think, Jeffrey?
Well, seeing how consistently great she and Jenna have been this past season, hey, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how they're going to pull off their routines. And freestyle in particular, well, hey, the two of them dancing to a Lady Gaga song, sign me
up. Then we've got Iman Shumpert, who we were just talking about. They will perform. They've also got Cha-Cha in their fusion. It's a Cha-Cha Foxtrot fusion to "September" by Earth, Wind, and Fire, which that seems like an odd mix for a fusion, and I'm not sure either of them is his strong suit, but we'll see. And then his freestyle will be a medley of "Lose Control" by Missy Elliott featuring Ciara and Fat Man Scoop, and "Bounce" by DJ Clint. What do you think about that, Cordell?
I can definitely see the judges nitpick his first dance. So I could see him probably just getting straight 9s or 1-8, just to, lowball him. His freestyle, will definitely see a lot of hip hop just because those tracks are more hip hop focused. But it'll be very interesting to see what he does with the freestyle. His jazz routine and then his routine that he did a couple weeks ago for Us, from the movie Us, really were showstoppers. So it's like, are you going to be able to bring out the guns again and give us something new, or it's going to be more of the same? So it'll be very interesting to see what Daniela choreographs for him.
Yeah, Daniela, I feel like they need to take out an extra insurance policy on her for the finale, because I know for sure, because after Us, they upped it and she had her standing on his chest.
I know.
She's definitely going to want to push it as far as she possibly can with the lifts and the aerial maneuvers he can do with her. So I hope she's okay. What do you think about those dances, Jeffrey?
Well, seeing how Iman has, I thought Iman was really able to come into his own this past week, because the first round I thought he appeared to have been elevated by working alongside Daniela, who was doing outstanding work. In the second round, I thought it was some of the best work Iman has ever done, and I thought he and Daniela were able to pull off something quite unique. And I'll be curious to see how they'll hopefully improve for the
finale. Then we've got Amanda Kloots, fresh from the bottom 3. She will perform a Viennese Waltz Paso Doble fusion to "Never Tear Us Apart" by Bishop Briggs. Again, another weird combo for a fusion in terms of just the intensity of those dance styles seeming so contrasted to each other. And then her freestyle will be to A Sky Full of Stars by Coldplay. So it seems like it'll be on the sentimental side, her freestyle. What do you think about that, Cordell?
Yeah, I'm not too keen on her fusion dance. I just don't really see how that's going to work, but stranger things have happened, so we'll see. Um, if the judges will be a little lenient and kind of, overscore her on that. Her freestyle, I think that would be very interesting too. I mean, I think she's going to be going up against, people who are going to have the more show-stopping freestyles that probably will get a lot more buzz. So I feel like maybe she should have kind of tapped into her Broadway roots and maybe kind of did something more energizing and exciting. But sometimes being different from the rest of the crowd might help you win too. So we shall see.
Yeah, and I'm really interested in what Alan's going to do, because even though he's won a Mirrorball Trophy, one with Hannah Brown, I don't think he has shown like that freestyle kind of show-stopping aptitude yet. What do you
Yeah.
think, Jeffrey?
Well, again, seeing how Amanda and Alan have been consistently strong this past season, hey, I'm definitely very interested in seeing what they do for their last go rounds, because I can't see them being anything less than stellar. So I guess good luck to them.
And then last of all, we've got Cody Rigsby, the surprise, or at least surprise to me. I feel like they're throwing him under the bus a little bit again. He's got a Paso Doble cha-cha fusion dance to Free Your Mind by En Vogue, which sounds like, just two difficult, fast-paced, intense, technical dance styles. It's like, here you go, Peloton guy. And then his freestyle dance will be a medley of Beethoven's Fifth and Nails, Hair, Hips, Heels, Just Dance version by Todrick Hall. I am excited for that freestyle. I'm just gonna say, like, I want to see whatever on earth that is supposed to be. Like, it reminds me a little bit of when JoJo did the Horror Night dance to It, and it seemed like the Anything Goes thing, and I was like, what is that? What's that gonna be? And that turned out to be fantastic. Maybe this will be something like that. What do you think, Cordell?
Yeah, Cody's the wild card this season. So I think his fusion dance, like Iman's, will probably not get him the high scores leading into the first round. Well, after the first round. His freestyle could go one of two ways. Either it could be amazing, he gets all tens, or it could, cause some division amongst the judges, aka Lynn, because Lynn probably just won't get it. But I think it'll just be very interesting to see, and I think it'll be exciting that it'll be something out of the ordinary instead of your typical hip hop or contemporary, or you're just jazz-esque type of freestyle. So I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
Yeah. What do you think, Jeffrey?
Well, given Cody and Cheryl's unpredictable trajectory this past season, I'm curious to see what they're going to do for the finale. And, well, it should be interesting how they end up pulling both routines off and how the judges will treat them, and I guess how viewers will react with their votes. So we shall see.
Yeah, just me looking at these freestyle dances. Again, they're freestyle, so it's hard to judge how they're going to be, as opposed to like some of these other more specific styles where, like if someone has an aptitude for, ballroom or Latin, they can do anything here. But just based on the music choices and, what we've seen from them, these celebrities so far, I feel like, Amanda's routine is going to be probably the most pristine and the least memorable, which is the worst of both worlds. Just because it's gonna be, I'm trying to figure out what a showstopper to Coldplay will be, and she's again, she's not like a boring celebrity, but she doesn't have the big personality like Cody and Iman and JoJo all have, and their songs all seem to reflect very much a personality and a very strong stylistic and personality choice on their part, that they're gonna reach for all of the fans that they have. So from these, I don't think I've changed my mind that Iman is probably going to win the Mirror Ball Trophy. How about you, Cordell?
Yeah, I think my rankings that I just mentioned earlier will probably be the same. I think fourth would be Amanda, third Cody. I'm gonna say JoJo would be the runner-up with Iman winning.
Yeah, that at the moment is my exact ranking as well. How about you, Jeffrey?
Well, that ranking I can definitely see being plausible, and I okay. I must admit, I currently have him on in third place, but yeah, I'm very tempted to move him up to at least second.
And you've got JoJo winning?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I I wouldn't be mad at either choice, honestly, even though Iman, I think he's really good, especially for a basketball player, the track record basketball players have on the show. I think he has grown this season in a way that he wouldn't be a bad Mirror Ball champion, and he's also responsible for, I think, what's still the dance of the season, that us dance, and the fact that he was capable of that, even if he's not ideally, just in terms of his physicality and his frame, not ideally suited to all dance styles. I think we'd remember, of the last 3 seasons, he'd probably be my favorite of the last 3 winners, just because those bachelorettes felt like they were winning by rote at the end. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It'll be fun to see the other celebrities from this season return for the finale in various contexts. They're all coming back for the opening number. And so it's always a nice kind of moment to kind of get the whole crew back together. And we will probably be talking about this next week, to talk about what happened, how on earth it happened, depending on the result. And so with that, I want to thank you, Jeffrey and Cordell, again, as always, for joining me. And thank you to everyone for watching. We'll see you next week.